I know that's kind of weird, but...
You just like having sex on camera in front of other people?
No. I actually started out doing TikTok and doing like Legos on TikTok, and just like riding my horses and stuff. And I got 1,000,001 DMs about OF, and I gave it a few months of thought before I actually did it. And it was back and forth, yes, no, and I decided in the end to do it. In the end, I'm glad I did it, but if other people ask me if they should do it, I typically argue against starting it. I fully admit that honestly, it's because I plan to have children in the future, and this was a way that I wanted to make a buttload of money and be able to spend time with my children and provide them with resources, put them into private education, do all of that.
What's going to happen when your little boy
honestly,
turns 13 and his friends are all bullying him at school, showing him pictures of their mum spread eagle on a bed?
No, but I also think that a certain level of, not bullying, I don't want to say bullying, but a certain level of hardship kind of builds strength. Not saying that every kid should be bullied, but...
Okay, we got to toughen the little Johnny up.
Poor little Timmy.
Pansy. We got to go over there and beat him up, stuff him in the locker because his mommy does corn.
Well, because at the end of the day, they shouldn't worry about what other people have to think, you know? So, like, they shouldn't, like, he needs to, like, it's nice to teach them that growing up, like, you don't need to worry about what other people think.
So you, by your admission, are participating in evil.
Yeah.
Like, knowingly. Now, all of us, I think, probably at some points in our life participate in evil deeds.
Correct.
Sometimes knowingly or unknowingly. But when you recognize that it's an evil deed, don't you generally steer clear of that because you know it's evil, right? Isn't that the whole point of being able to recognize evil for what it is?
Yeah, and I fully admit the hypocrisy, 100%.
That's you maybe harming your body slightly, but evil means that you're harming other people, right?
See, that's actually, honestly, I'm having difficulty like putting a pinpoint on that. Is what she said kind of more close to the definition of evil that we're going upon, where it's hurting yourself and others?
I think that the people who manufacture and create the cigarettes, they might be evil, but without the people who are providing it, it can't be done. So it's literally like the person, the Marlboro, you know, they are creating something that's dangerous, but the person who smokes the Marlboro cigarette isn't evil.
Is it easier to control the pusher, or is it easier to control the millions of consumers? If it is the case that you're saying, Andrew, listen, the reason you don't want to regulate this is because, hey, people will want it anyway. The reason they legalized marijuana was because there was huge NGOs pushing for it who knew that once they taxed it and pushed it out in the public, it would spread and the consumption would spread. And by the way, the people who resisted marijuana legalization, guys like me, for instance, who resisted it, told everybody that, hey, this is not going to be just the current crop of people who smoke marijuana will keep doing it, and now it's legal and safe. Yeah. It's going to spread. And it did. It spread all over the place. And way more people smoke it now than ever before, and it will continue to spread like a fucking cancerous plague.
I'm going to go to the bathroom.
Under the district, well, I think it's just socially bad. So I think when we're talking about social goods or social bads, we're talking about what do we want to see as a social norm for society. Even if that doesn't actually directly affect me, even if that's hundreds and hundreds of miles away, I don't want a reflection of that socially in my society. Our founding fathers, if you looked at the receipts of their party after the Constitution, it would make one of these fucking block parties in Santa Barbara, it would make all the kids there cry because of how much liquor they drank. Alcohol is so entrenched in the American identity that when Prohibition was around, it was basically one of the first amendments that we actually repealed and got rid of as quickly as possible. Nobody likes alcoholics. They have interventions. They have billboards everywhere saying don't drink and drive. They do all. Where's all that shit for OnlyFans? Anywhere? Is there a billboard saying don't let your daughter do OnlyFans? Is there don't drink and drive?
I've never seen that billboard.
There's no stigma for these other social plagues. There's only stigma for this social plague. And it's like, okay, look, it seems to me that it's absurd, kind of on its face, to be like, look, we have all the stigma towards alcohol, even though it's an entrenched part of the culture, but no stigma towards any of these other social ills and societal ills, and that's just fucking crazy to me.
He's doing it.
You
so.
can enjoy a lot of things that are bad for you.
She enjoys doing it, yet she admits that it's evil. I mean, how can you enjoy doing something that you believe is evil?
Hang on.
Well, I mean, if you can make like a living off of it, and it's like something that you're like using instead of going to like an 9 to 5, freaking working for somebody else, that's just not even considering like how you
but why
are as a
shouldn't you
person.
just only that make you feel good?
I also just enjoy doing it.
You would do it without the money?
Yeah, I answered this previously, yeah. Again, balancing workload, depending on the workload.